It's Mark Pires.
I was walking down the road today, looking for another way.
And this is the longest running daily show on the planet. 1,520 days in a row of doing it. Creating magic in the moment, writing songs, and comedy. And tonight we have a new guitar, the Jaguar, and I'm just so excited because my brother, Peter Lucibelli, spent the time today to go through this beauty and to get it to its peak performance before we take it and shred it tonight. Now, also something else I learned about this guitar I'm really excited about. I didn't realize this. This is the Kurt Cobain model. Like, from top to bottom, this is the exact model he played with. I didn't know that. I've never played a Fender before. I've always played a Les Paul. So this is just exciting to me to have a new tone to work with. And tonight we're going to do something, just like we do every night. We write songs here in the moment. So if you can, leave a couple of words, a title, or a topic, and I will write you a song. In the moment, we have all these pedals here, and I'm also the inventor of the first drum for guitar players. It's called the BeatSeat. You can go to BeatSeat.rocks and check it out. It's literally like the most amazing drum in the world because you could sit on it and kick it while you play your guitar, which I was just doing. So in a minute, I'll pick this guitar up as soon as we get our woohoo from Matt Zabrowski. How's everybody doing out there? I see Eric Blair, Sonny Boy in the house. Yeah, I think Cobain was set up by Courtney. I think there's a very good chance. Rich wants to see the guitar. Oh, he's going to see it tonight. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. There's something to live for. There's something to die for. Give me something to live for. I wrote this song back in 2007. It's been a while. You can get it on iTunes and Spotify. There are also 195 more songs besides this on Spotify and iTunes. Just type Mark Pires. There's something to die for, something to live for. Oh, goodness, guys, we have a Fender Jaguar sitting next to me. The NOS 3 model. That's right, the same model that Kurt Cobain played. Not his model, but, you know, it's the same setup. And I'm excited to rock it out for you tonight. So, topic, title, couple words, Harry Mack style. I write songs, freestyle songwriting in the moment every single night, 1,520 days in a row. This is the longest running show on earth. Let's go! Joanne, stop wheezing back there. Zabrowski, you ready for the woohoo? He's drinking a yoo-hoo right now. Guys. I just want to grab the guitar, Zabrowski. Can you give us a freaking woohoo already? Oh, here we go. Matt Zabrowski, it's your turn. 1,520 days in a row of a woohoo. Throwing it to you. Woohoo! Right? That was ridiculous, buddy. No, I'm going to grab it right now. He goes, just get the guitar out. Sorry for the delay on the woohoo. It's okay, Zabrowski. We are lifted up a level because of your woohoo. I'm trying to see if TikTok can see it, but they really can't because there's a green screen set up on TikTok. Head over to YouTube. Link in the bio, or just type my name in, Mark Pires, on YouTube. Woo! Joanne, just keep the wheeze down to a minimum. All right, I'm going to be rocking out. So I want to say thank you again to Peter. Peter, I love you, bud. If you happen to be tuning into this, he is on the thumbnail for tonight. If you guys didn't see, that's Peter right there. He's a guitar tech master, also great guitar player, songwriter, cool dude all around. Pete's my buddy, and I met him a few guitars ago, and fast friends. Typical, you know, when you have somebody who loves music and works on guitars, he's going to be a buddy of mine, you know? So, let's play something. You guys ready? New guitar, new tone. Let's clear up a spot here.
To get up and lead before it's too late and it's all gone. Everything you love, everything you need.
Is everybody sleeping through it all? It seems like the harder you try, the harder you fall. Why not give it your all? If that's the reality anyway. You got one shot one day to make a difference in the world, and you let it slip away. You let it slip away every day. You let it slip away. This is your warning bell. This is your alarm clock. Wake up before it's too late and you can't do a thing. Can't do a thing. We're all victims of societal change. And when we've graduated from the past, only to relive it all over again. That's the reality we're living in. Time machine, oh, we're back in time. Like 59. Everybody at each other's throats. Yeah, there's nothing but hatred in the streets. Half a century of progress is gone in the moment. It's gone with the media, covering all of the differences between you and me. I see the differences, but I choose to see what makes you like me. And they just want you to hate me for being just a little different than you. And that's what makes me love you. Little differences, so I'm not looking in the mirror or having the same conversations with myself. You see, what makes us different is what it's all about. 'Cause we are one my friend. It's always been that way from the beginning to the end. Yeah, no matter what they say, it's just a lie to keep you away from me. You say we should be coming together. But they just want us to divide. Yeah, it's what they've been working on day in and day out for the last 4 years, as far as I can see. Shut off the TV. Shut off the TV. There's only negativity, yeah, so let it go. Grab the remote control, shut it down and never turn it back on again. We're here every night, my friend, doing this. Just join me and I'll write another song tomorrow. Yeah, I swear I'm going to reach into the moment and leave a message for time. Leave a message for time. Leave a message for time. Open your eyes. You listening?
someone will find you one day. Are you listening? The universe is speaking to you in the moment. If you are listening, my friend, leave a message for Tom. Open your eyes, open your eyes. You listening? Are you
Kind of messed up there at the end.
leave a message for time? Yeah, you can unwind your experience. Open your eyes, open your eyes. You listening? Leave a message for time.
Andrew Golden, thank you so much for your donation, my brother. Really appreciate it. You're amazing. So, guys, I'm sorry I didn't get the BeatSeat in there. There was some crazy lyrics in that song. Crazy lyrics about society right there. Thank you so much for kicking it with me, fam and friends here on TikTok. Please head over to YouTube. It's a much better experience over there. Plus, now you get the light show, which is much better. Guys, I really like this guitar. I'm really digging on the tone, you know? Trish said, kick back, enjoy the music, ignore the wheeze, you know? Repeat. So now we can erase that. It was very pretty, but now we can erase it. Now we have a space open. I told you guys yesterday I'm feeling something my kid, had, and now all of a sudden I'm like, but when I'm playing music, I don't think about it. So we're gonna keep playing. Actually a lot hotter off of this than it was off the Les Paul, which is nice. Not every moment's going to be great, guys. It's live improv. Yeah. All right, we're going to make something else. I got to write a song, actually. Maybe you have a topic for me? I see Renee over on the talk. Woo! Joanne, I'm digging on the new guitar. I kind of like that middle one. It's really. Aw, thank you, S Coop. I pulled it off the saddle. That's how hard I'm playing it. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. All right. time that we have together hopefully will never end. Yeah, while the angels gather around to speak the truth. It's time out. Hopefully we'll never burst, leaving water to trickle down from my eyes. And stay with me and be my best friend. Hold me dear, be my love, and be my everything, and be my everything, yeah, and be my world. Hold me in your arms, my love, in your hands. I'll be with you until the end, yeah. I'll be with you until the end. I wrote that song back in till the end. When did I write till the end? I would guess 1997, 1998. Just a guess. First night with the new strings, new guitar, the Jaguar Unleashed. Peter Lucibelli, my brother, getting me tuned out here, you know what I mean? Plugged in, rocking and a rolling on the Jaguar. By the way, I'm just like pumped because I think it was even Andrew who was like, you need a Telly or you need like a Strat. No, Jaguar. Need a freaking Jaguar. I couldn't stand the Telecaster, couldn't stand the Strat. It just didn't, it sounded like weak. There's nothing there. I want like I want to feel it, you know? Plus I don't go in through an amp. Like you need amp to amp a Strat. You need to amp a Telly. But this, you can plug it right in here and it sounded pretty clean to me. Oh, Leisure number 7. Thank you so much. I think the name of the show is going to probably change to Mark Inspires. I don't know. I'll tell you this, Jaguar is inspiring me. It's got a Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain is the one who played this puppy. It's called the NOS 3. I'm going to see if I can get you guys, just because it is a Kurt Cobain guitar. Let's see if we can play one of his songs real quick. I think it's probably gonna, I'm running out of time because I need rest, you know? I'll be singing him a lot better when I get a little sleep and whatever the heck this little sniffle thing is, or light cough, whatever it is. I'm here down it. Ooh, this is the one I used to play. And they took it down. Thank you, Chooches, for taking it down here. You know, they do that here on E chords. They don't want people to play I don't know why they don't want people to play these songs, you know? Like, leave it up there for people to play it, you know? Oh, here we go. I don't think I'm going to be able to play this, but we'll try. Okay, Joanne, can we do this right? Now that I got a feel for it, we have to put the scroll on. We have the right guitar. Now we know how it goes. I need to get that riff down. I played this like a year ago, but not on the Nas 3. For you, Kurt. For you, Kurt. My brother. Full expression. I assume that was what Kurt Cobain was, you know. I used to play it a little different, but every time I play a song, it's different. You know, that's the magic of music. There's something called method acting. You know, I was an actor when I was younger. I played Romeo for a year off Broadway and did this thing called Long Wharf, which is in New Haven, and the Palace in New Haven. It was during college. And method acting is something that I'd heard about, but I could never understand. Going in there and doing the same thing over and over again and making it seem like it's fresh, the same every single time, doing the same thing. I was like, I have no interest in that. And you guys know. Anna, thank you so much for your donation. Great job. Love the sound of the Jaguar. Anna, you rock. But I didn't have any interest in method acting. I had a theory that the script should bring the emotion out of you. And so I had 3 places in Romeo and Juliet where I felt that Romeo should start crying. Not because it's a method acting experience thinking about a cat that died or something, but because the script would bring it out of me. And only twice in the entire year I ran the show did it actually happen where the tears came out real. And it was because I realized it's a build. When you build the passion, but also the truth within the script, and you become the character, all of a sudden the emotions are real. And to the point that I never wanted to be in a play again after Romeo and Juliet. I was like, I wanted to write music after then. What was different about me playing Romeo, I think, than anybody else who's ever played Romeo, is that Romeo was a guitar player. And so 2 of the scenes I'm playing guitar, the very first scene you see me and when I get banished, I turned the monologue. This is just, you guys know about me, considering I've been writing songs every night forever. I turned Shakespeare's monologue from when I'm banished, into the valley or whatever it is. I turned the entire monologue into a song. And the song was, I still remember the song was like, it was something like... And I sang the freaking Shakespeare to that. And the thing was, I had just started playing maybe a year or so before, and I realized that iambic pentameter is a beat, so I could write Shakespeare's entire repertoire into songs. I thought about that once. I was like, maybe I should just score all of Shakespeare and just sing it, because nobody wants to read it anymore. But if I sang it, that would be pretty interesting, right? Especially if the songs were cool, you know? But anyway, the concept of method acting is that you take one idea and you hit it every single night exactly the same, and then, wow, I'm going to put that person on Broadway because they're so solid. But to me, I was always a little bit of a wild card when I was in any production because I wanted it to be fresh every time. So I'd improvise. I'd always add something. I'd always do it differently because it had to be exciting to me. I didn't want to be bored and be like, oh, it's okay doing it just like I did yesterday. No. I want to be on the freaking seat of my pants every single day, every performance, because I want it to be unique. I want it to stand on its own and say, remember day 7? Remember show number 4? That was fire. You know, and to me, that was why I always tried to do something unique with every performance. And now we're here doing this, you know, just writing songs and hanging out, creating comedy, just trying to see if we can get away from everything for a little bit. And it's kind of a really interesting thing that I picked up this guitar. There's a lot of history to Kurt Cobain, obviously, but his music was always filled with uniqueness. And I thought it was a guy to me who seemed like he just didn't give a crap. You know, I'm going to say what I feel, and if you don't like it, go F yourself, is kind of what I got from Kurt. And I don't know if that's the case, but I kind of feel the same way. I've been here 1,520 days in a row, and I got to reach out to this priest I saw the other day. It's a bishop, I think. And this guy was amazing. He had this like sermon. Every time I listen to a priest speak, I listen to the sermon and I want to like I want to connect. I really want to connect. But he was going on about how you could be one of two people in this world, in this day and age. He goes, you could either do the right thing or you could follow. And he said right now that if you doing the right thing means you get canceled, you get smeared. And he starts going through the list of things. He's talking about me. I swear I swear. And he's like, you could either do the right thing and you can deal with being canceled. You could deal with people hating the fact that you're being honest, or you could just go with the flow and watch everything that we know and everything that we love be destroyed. He's literally saying this. And I'm like, wow. And I'm just like, thinking to myself, man, this guy's talking to me. And the reality is I could very easily just shut my mouth, follow the leaders that are destroying everything, and just be like, oh, I need to make a buck. Let me just follow. Look, here's the one thing you guys need to realize. There are so many con men and women out there that are milking the system. They're selling you products. They're creating all kinds of narratives in order to get you on board so you throw money at them. I'd have never and never will do that. I come out here every day and I'm honest with how I feel. There's a there's a group of people, and it pisses me off, but there's a group of people that don't even believe the stuff that they're streaming. They don't even believe the stuff that they broadcast. It's just, they know if they say X or they say Y, they could get advertising, or they can get support and sponsors, and people are going to donate and support their Patreon, but they don't believe anything that they're doing. They're doing it for the money. I'm the complete opposite of that guy. I've never done it for the money. I could have easily done it for the money. I could have just been like, yay, Joe Biden. That's all I had to do. All I had to do was say, guys, Trump is evil and bad, and he's a xenophobe and a bigot and a racist, and Joe Biden's the greatest president ever, and I could be a millionaire right now. That's it. Because then they would have thrown people at me, and then we could have done our show and wrote songs and had a great time. But I refuse to not be who I am, who I was born to be, who is this person who will sit in front of you every day and tell you what's really going on. I can't sit by any longer and pretend it's okay that the world is destroying itself in front of my eyes. So I show up here, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe tonight we'll break through and get one more person to join the show. We are here to affect a positive change one person at a time. One day within this 1,520 days in a row, Andrew Golden came and he was one. Leisure number 7 came and was one. Teresa Lee and gosh, it's like Virginia, Trish, We Have Liberty and Freedom, every single soul, S. Coop, Jacqueline Grace. I can go and talk and just mention people. Wharton Fissel, just keep mentioning people that show up here on a daily basis. The reality is this. There was a day where you found what I do here and you became a part of this family, and I love you. I'm thankful that you found what we do here because I've been doing it hoping you'd find me. I didn't do it for the money. Never have, never will. I did it for you. I did it for that day that you found it and you felt like this was something that you needed. And that's why I'll continue to show up forever. For you. But it's selfish for us to keep it to ourselves. That's why you need to share. Everybody who's had a message worth sharing needs people to do the work they can't. I can't share it. I don't know how. It's like I keep creating. I just can't share it. I don't know how to friggin' get anybody to get to it. And that's why you guys are the biggest part of this show. The show exists, but it doesn't breathe and grow and become something giant and powerful without the people, without you guys. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep telling new people. It's, I'll get messages randomly from our awesome family members. Hey, that new person that came? That's because I told them about the show. Wolf was one of those people one day. And it's like, like S. Coop. I just have to thank S. Coop. She's always sharing my links, always, here. And I don't expect, and I know like not every day anybody can be here. I'm the only person. Renee, everybody who comes out here and they support this show, it means so much. But I do realize, and I do see S. Coop is really doing everything she possibly can to get people to know about this show. And it means so much when I see like a new, like, hey, Mark's live or whatever. It's just like, that is so cool that there's a soul out there who cares about this show enough to just go out there on a mountaintop and yell, guys, Mark's on right now. He's going to write his song, The Jaguar. There's a new comedy, whatever it is. But that to me is like, I remember I used to love Opie and Anthony back in the day. I used to listen to Opie and Anthony every day driving the car. It's actually where I had the idea for satellite radio, the idea for satellite internet the same day in 1997, way before either of them came out. It was my invention, just like the BeatSeat, just like 5 or 6 others that are still in my pocket I have never come out with because I think there's one of them I have, a golf idea that's so much bigger than anything I've ever thought of. But I got to get the BeatSeat off the ground or this show before I could start taking some of my other inventions to market. But the reality is I'm driving in 1997 and I lost the Opie and Anthony show at Stratford, and it happened every day on my way up to New Haven. I called my brother. I said, look, I want to create a satellite radio thing. I could put a little satellite in my car and I could be in Tokyo and still get the O&A show. And he's like, you can't do that because of the FCC or whatever. And whatever it was a negative that I heard. And I was like, okay, I can't do it. But I said, yeah. And I also I'm sick of like pulling up in front of someone's house to try to get Wi-Fi for, so I could log into my phone or whatever. I want satellite internet so I could be in Nebraska in the middle of a freaking fields and I got a satellite above me that's shooting me internet. He goes, oh, that'll never happen. Well, Elon Musk did this 27 years later after I thought of it. Look, this is just proof. Your ideas are nothing unless you actually bring them to life. There are people doing that. Elon Musk is doing it. Somebody brought XM radio and Sirius out about 8 years after I thought of it. And again, it was probably already in motion. Here's something you should remember and realize. When someone has an idea, it goes out into the universe and everybody has access to it. Somebody may have thought of satellite radio, put it out into the universe, and I just happened to think of it that day. You know what I mean? So the reality is that's the existence that we live in. And I'm just thinking about that time. I used to listen to O&A, and I would tell people, I would like literally be like a soldier for them. I would tell me, guys, you ever listen to 1027? Opie and Anthony, they're freaking hilarious. Every day at 3 o'clock. They're so freaking funny, and they have all these comedians in, and I used to love listening to it. I used to call in and do impressions, Scarface and Andrew Dice Clay, and I try to get on the show. I just call in and do a voice. But I never like had I was a shy 19-year-old kid who liked the show, and I call in and be like, oh, it's Dice. Hold on, nah. And like that was the goof thing back then. But I was out there on the street telling people about their show. And that was some manufactured freaking show by some CBS crap. It wasn't authentic. They hated each other. I found that out later. I'm like, I'm actually kind of surprised that this has never happened before, like this type of thing, where there's a show that's live, where it's just live creation. We don't know what you're getting. It's either music, it's comedy, it's inspiration, it's something truthful, it's something in the news, but it's always the moment. I can't believe that never existed before. And now it does, and we're getting it out. We are going to get it out there because YouTube won't help. Every social media platform works in collusion against this show and other shows. I think that this show is probably the proof that is what goes on. Because every single platform in unison shut the tap off on this show. And I'm going to tell you why they shut the tap off on this show. In 2019, I created something called The Donald Trump Show. Now, The Donald Trump Show was 36 episodes of truth. And it's satire. I loved SNL as a kid. I used to love watching Eddie Murphy, and I loved watching Adam Sandler and Norm Macdonald. Yeah. And they're all doing, I loved SNL. And when it was funny, I used to love SNL. And I'm like, okay, why don't we do an SNL thing like with this whole election, satire, and here's how it really broke down. There's a couple of twins. They're called the Hodge twins. I don't know if you guys know who the Hodge twins are, but Hodge twins are these two guys. They're jacked black guys, and they are Trump supporters, and they sit around and they commentate on Joe Biden content. And This is 2019, and I'm looking at these two guys commentating on Joe Biden screwing up and doing all these goofy things. And I'm watching and I'm thinking, I mean, this is okay and all, but they've got 2.5 million followers, and it's not that funny. And I'm like, why do they have 2.5 million followers for them to just say, yeah, Joe Biden's an idiot. Oh, look at this moron. Really? This is what we got over here? Like, that's what the stuff they're saying. I'm like, 2.5 million? What? So I said, how much funnier would it be if you take the same concept? Where's this commentary on what Joe Biden's doing? But instead of it being the Hodge twins, you have freaking Donald Trump. So I created it, the Donald Trump Show. And I think because we're kind of here randomly in the middle of the show, I could give you guys a little sneak peek of something. Any interest in seeing the very first episode of the Trump Files? This is why I've been suppressed since December 31st, 2018. You're about to see it. And I'm going to share it with you because I freaking think it's hilarious, first of all. Secondly, if you can't laugh at this, you are part of the problem. And you should hang it up. You should not go online. You should literally, like, put your head in a freaking toilet bowl if you can't laugh at this. Because at the end of the day, we are here to create something that's unique. Something that stands the test of time. This right here is that. This is the truth from 2019 through 2020. And every single thing in these episodes came true. I mean, you tell me if they did. Keep this in mind. All of this, the Trump Files, except for the very last episode, was filmed in 2019. We are here 4 years later. Ladies and gentlemen, fam and friends, I give you the Trump Files. TikTok, please head over to YouTube. You need to see this. I can't play it for you on this because I don't have the ability. You need to head over to YouTube. I'm going to shut this off TikTok so we could all enjoy this here on YouTube. So please join us right now. The link is right under my bio. And I see Renee put this in there so you guys know about it. Just type my name in, Mark Pires, and you don't want to miss this. This is complete insanity. This is the first half hour. There's 8 episodes of this, and this is the very first one. Please join us right now. TikTok. Click the link right under my bio. YouTube in it. Just type in Mark Pires, and I will see you there in a moment. Love you guys. Renee, thank you so much for letting everybody know about it. I'll see you over on YouTube in a minute. All right, guys, here we go. You ready? The Trump Files, Episode 1. Uh-oh. Where's the audio? Joanne, where's the audio on this? Hold on, Amana. Can you tell me what we did here with the audio, Joanne? Huh. All right, we're going to figure this out. Joanne, can you do me a favor and stop wheezing while I try to figure it out? You know. All right, we're going to put this back on and see if we can get it to work. It may not be working, guys. I don't know why, but it's not working. That's not good. The other day we were able to get this to work. I don't know what I did differently today. Well, anyway, this is the Trump Files, and it's not working for some freaking reason. Joanne, you know, I don't know. Oh, hold on, let me try one more thing. No, it's definitely there, but it's not doing anything. Joanne
Davison introducing episode 1.
We're doing it, you know? Yeah, I don't know, guys.
Big B at a brand new episode of the Donald Trump Show. That's right.
This is really weird. Let me try one more thing while this is on. We're just going to see while this is playing right here. You go to the audio segment. Speakers, okay. I'm going to try this. Let's just see what happens when I push. Nope. We tried, fam and friends. I don't know why it's not working. Let me just see something here. Just for the kicks and see if this is maybe something happened with the audio. Let's just try this one because it's basically the same thing but minus the intro. Let's just see. try one more thing. We're going to go to... Nope. Oh, I know why, guys. Oh, I got it. Bang, biggity boo.
About...
Bang, biggity boo. I figured it out. Guys. Oh, you were just hearing it? All right, well, here we go. I figured it out, and we're rocking.
Harold and Jameson
Wait, hold on. That's not the right one. We're watching the right version, okay? If we're going to do it, we're doing it right. This right here is Trump Files, episode 1 of 8. I hope you enjoy.
Harold and Jameson introducing episode 1 of the Donald J. Trump Show. Look, I want to thank you for joining me on a brand new episode of the Donald Trump Show. That's right. We're going to be here every week delivering truth about the Biden campaign because no one's telling you what's really going on. I'm going to pull back the curtain and you're going to see what Joe Biden is really up to. Here we go.
We choose science over fiction. We choose truth over facts.
Will somebody please alert Mr. Biden that truth and facts are the same thing? I think he's been watching too much fake news on CNN. Okay, what else do we have from this blubbering train wreck?
My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote for the other Biden. Give me a look, though, okay?
Now, first of all, who's the other Biden? Who is the other Biden? I'm wondering because if it's Hunter Biden, he'll be in jail. But if there's another Biden, perhaps he can actually complete a sentence. That Biden I'd like to hear from. Okay, let's see what else we've got.
Trust.
Like his strange hold on Defense Secretary Ash Carter's wife, Stephanie.
Sleep Sofa Joe has been doing this for years. He's a creeper. And we're going to put a stop to him.
I like the way your hair smells. Let me give you a little kiss here.
And can you believe? Look at how he's touching that little girl. Honestly, I'm a little worried about that little girl. Sleep Sofa Joe has been doing all kinds of racist things for years. I'm just going to show you a few of the clips. Take a look at this one, for example.
You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
Look, I'm surprised you guys are fine with hearing Joe Biden say you need an Indian accent in order to go to Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, I've been to Dunkin' Donuts many times. I don't have an Indian accent. But let's continue on. I have a lot more to play for you. Now check out this clip, for example.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Racist Joe strikes again. Poor kids are just as talented and bright as white kids? What does that even mean? This is getting good, guys. What's next?
Play the radio. Make sure make sure you have the record player on at night.
Really, Joe? That's a good idea. We'll get the record player out. How about we go and actually light a fire and we do smoke signals? How about that? What do we have next from Sleep Sofa Joe?
Think about it. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
The question is, do you know the thing, Joe? Do you know the thing, Sleep Sofa Joe? The thing, Joe, is that we are all created equal. That's right. God is the creator of all, not Satan and your adrenochrome. Okay, let's get one more at least. How about one more?
I'm not going to be a mule. I got something to do. I got to go do boom, boom, boom.
Did Sleep Sofa Joe just say he has to go do a poop-a-doop? I think he said it right in front of his crowd. I would never say that right in front of my crowd. If I'm going to take a poop-a-doop, I'm doing it on my own time, not in front of people. I don't know. It's a little weird there. Look, let's give him a chance to redeem himself. One more, okay?
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Wow. Really? Look, I'm not sure what else to say after watching that ridiculousness, but that's Sleep Sofa Joe. Are you going to vote for that guy? How about you? Look, if that's the case, this world's crazy.
It's Hammerl and Jameson introducing Donald Trump for episode 2 of The Trump Show.
Thank you. Thank you very much for joining me on episode 2 of the Donald Trump Show. We're going to continue digging deeper into Joe Biden, his mental state, and whether or not he falls asleep on camera. So let's get into it. Here's a couple of clips from earlier today. We're going to get into it now. Here we go.
Campaigning from home about Biden hiding in his cellar. Well, the truth of the matter is over 200 million people have watched me on television, and they've watched, and the more of that,
No, keep going, Joe. You're doing great. Doing fantastic, yes. No, we're really thrilled. I'm sure 200 million people really enjoyed watching the sleep sofa. Look, I could take a nap on my own sleep sofa. I don't need to watch you while I do it, unless they were trying to fall asleep quicker. Maybe instead of reading, they said, well, if I watch Biden, I could fall right to sleep. Okay, let's see what's next.
I've been down to Virginia. I've been around the country, but I do it responsibly, and I don't hold rallies because it is the reason why we're in such trouble by not listening to the experts and the scientists about social distancing and wearing masks, which I never do when I walk outside of this house.
Wait, let me get this straight. So the scientists and doctors tell us to wear masks, but the moment you leave the house, you don't wear your mask? Sleep sofa, I'm pulling a little fake news on you right now. Just check the real footage.
And wearing masks, which I never do when I walk outside of this house. I never fail to do.
See? And Trump will play it for you because I think you still look like an idiot. Okay, what else we got?
That's who we are. That's how my great-great-grandfather, four greats back got here. He got in a coffin ship on the Irish Sea, never knowing whether he was going to make it. And he made it to the United States of America in 1848 when the British were, anyway.
The British were coming. Look, it's like Paul Revere. No, finish it up, Joe. What were you saying? When the British were coming? Is that your grandfather was part of the crew? Is your grandfather a redcoat? What are we talking about here? I'm trying to figure out what the hell Joe is talking about. My grandfather, and when the British, he said, and then he stopped himself. I think he was about to say when the British were coming. Anyway, look, as long as Joe continues to stay in his basement and he won't debate me, I'm going to have the Trump Show continue. So till tomorrow, have a good night.
It's Hammerl and Jameson, Donald J. Trump back with episode 3 of The Trump Show.
I want to thank you for joining me on episode 3 of the Donald J. Trump Show. Today, we talk about poison. That's right, don't drink the poison. It's going to kill many people more than coronavirus. Yeah, poison. That's right, Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, I'm sorry, some people don't know that we do call her poison. Let's take a look at this clip here. I want you to hear what she has to say.
You demonize, and then we call it the wrap-up smear. If you want to talk politics, you call it the wrap-up smear.
Let's be honest, Nancy, you know nothing about politics. And wrap-up smear? Really? That's what you've been doing to me? Sounds like something you got from your OBGYN. But whatever.
You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it.
I'm sorry, Nancy, can you say that one more time? What was that?
You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it.
Look, she's creating fake news. She told the reporters, you create a story. Let's get back to this clip.
And then you write it.
Can you freaking believe this?
And they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this. So they have that validation that the press reported the smear.
You write the story after we report the falsehoods, and it becomes a validated story by the news, by you, the fake news garbage.
It's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report.
Also, when she says merchandising it, who is she, Mel Brooks from Spaceballs? Spaceballs the flamethrower. Yeah, okay, Pelosi, whatever.
Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made. And it's a tactic. And it's self-evident.
You see there, she says it's self-evident because we've been doing it to Trump since he came down the escalator. Well, I have to tell you that I'm happy that I found out about this, Pelosi. Now I could put all of my efforts towards taking you down to Chinatown. That's right. We will drain Pelosi and Schumer from the swamp.
It's Hamill and Jameson back with episode 4 of the Donald Trump Show.
Thank you very much for joining me for episode 4 of the Donald Trump Show. Tonight, we get back into Sleep Sofa Joe. Look, we've got a lot of clips to get through, so let's get started.
I'm coming directly to you for ask a quick favor.
I can't believe they use this as their pitch on YouTube. I mean, I've come for you to... It sounds like something out of Close Encounters of a Third Kind. Sleep Sofa, are you from a different planet? I'm trying to figure out what the hell it is that comes out of your mouth. Sounds like gobbledygook.
I can hardly wait to debate him on stage. I want people to see me standing next to him and him standing next to me. We'll see who's sleepy.
Mr. Vice President, thank you. Thanks for your time. Please come back in less than 13 years, sir.
All right, Chuck. Thank you very much.
All right. It's Chris, but anyway.
Chris. I just did Chris. No, I just did Chuck. I tell you what, man, these are back-to-back. Anyway.
Sleepy, hello? It's not Chuck, okay? But you have a problem with back-to-back meetings? How do you think you're going to do back-to-back-to-back-to-back-to-back when you're president? Look, he's going to have to take a poop-a-doop in between, remember?
Why doesn't he just act like a president? That's a stupid way to say it.
You know,
I guess,
Donald Trump was asked on...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I probably best I don't.
You know, I feel kind of bad for Sleep Sofa. I mean, he looks like he's going to cry. He's like an old puppy dog whining for a bowl of milk. Look, Sleep Sofa, I'm sorry. You know, you have to act confidently if you're going to be president of the United States.
I tell you what, I'm so darn proud. And those poor people who have lost, anyway.
This is your brain on drugs. That's right. Any questions?
I would see to it for immediately moving toward, we're in fact in a position now that if in fact we dealt with mitigation across the board, just what we did in the last administration and before, leading to a standard that we provide efficiency for appliances.
Have you ever seen that scene in Scanners? It kind of reminds me, I wonder if they're going to do, you know how they keep doing, we're doing Jaws over. You think they'll do Scanners over and maybe have Sleep Sofa Joe in his, one of the lead characters? I would watch that, even though he makes me want to fall asleep.
I'm ready on day one after more than 3 years in office. Why isn't Donald Trump ready? Mr. President, wake up.
Can you believe that? Did he really just say for me to wake up? Is this Pinocchio and Geppetto is in the background pulling strings? Because it doesn't even look like he's alive. I feel so bad for this guy. I'm going to demolish him when we get into a debate. I mean, honestly, he doesn't even know who the hell he is. And you guys are going to vote for this guy? He's up by how many points? I mean... What the? He can't even speak, people. He said he's going to beat himself. Did you see that one? This is Sleep Sofa Joe saying how he's going to beat himself.
I'm prepared to say that I have a record of over 40 years and that I'm going to beat Joe Biden.
Well, let's hear that one more time. Joe, can you do that one more time for us?
I'm going to beat Joe Biden. I'm going to beat Joe Biden.
Look, I think that's a good place for us to call it a day. He's going to beat himself. I guess I should just hang back and maybe let him fall on the sword. He may walk outside to get the mail and forget to put his pantalones on. Could be a problem. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow on the next Trump show. That's right. Have a good night.
It's Hammerl and Jameson live from Mount Rushmore. Donald Trump for episode 5 of The Trump Show.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me here at the monuments. Look, this is a very exciting time. I started my own talk show this week. That's right, the Donald J. Trump Show. We're winning big league. We're dropping lots of content about Sleep Sofa Joe Biden. Lots about Sleep Sofa. We also did one episode about Poison so far. And we're going to continue to drop positive content about Sleep Sofa Joe Biden. Because I will not let him beat me now. We have done too much work here in this country. Are you guys ready to stick a fork in Biden? Are you ready?
I'm Joe Biden's husband, Joe Biden.
I don't know what to say. I'm a little confused. What? Could you tell me, what does that mean, Joe? You're married? I'm Joe Biden's husband, Joe Biden. I don't know. So, are you going to be your own first lady? Or what does that mean, Joe? Could you please elaborate? I'm Melania Trump's husband, Donald Trump. I'm not really sure, so Joe's married to himself? Just going to give you the one for today. That's enough to squash the Sleep Sofa. Look, he's comfortable to lie on, just not to vote for. We don't have to trash the man while we're here at the National Monument. He's just a Sleep Sofa. Look, if you can't catch the Donald Trump Show, make sure you tune in to Real Talk. You see my kids, Melania, they all love Real Talk. Well, we give it to people straight on the Real Talk program, and it kind of gave me the concept for the Donald Trump Show. So tune in. Every night I'll be on either my show or the Real Talk Show. I'm going to drop content for you because the fake news is not letting the Trumper breathe. That's right. It's trying to shut down the Trump. Look at that beautiful monument. They're going to put my face right next to George Washington there. Perfect spot. They're going to have my tie. It's going to go all the way down to the ground. So Democrats will hit their faces on it every time they walk by.
It's Hammerl and Jameson live from the studio. Donald J. Trump joins us from Washington, D.C.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me on episode 6 of the Donald Trump Show. That's right, I'm here in Washington. Sometimes people think it looks like the Epcot Center. No, the Pope is not back in that building. It's Donald Trump's home. In the process of fixing the dome. I think it's about time we get back to Sleep Sofa Joe. Sometimes we call him Bumbling Biden. I'm not sure what I feel like calling him today. Let's see what Bumbling Biden has to say. I just love them both. I just love Sleep Sofa Joe. He's a bumbling Biden sleeping on the sofa. So, let's see what we've got today.
I propose, and I'm going to digress slightly. We're in a situation.
Every time I think to myself, well, there's no way it could get any worse, they show me another clip. This is Sleep Sofa Joe, bumbling Biden. Take a look, people.
Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth. $1.4 trillion worth.
Well, which is it, Joe?
Out of $1.4 billion. It's hard to even say it, it's so much.
Really? Joe, you want me to get a calculator for you? Here, why don't you use this calculator, see what you come up with?
It's cost a lot of money. It cost about $740 billion over 10 years.
740 million billion. Wow, Joe. That's a phenomenal amount of money. Do you want that in Monopoly dollars?
If you agree with me, go to Joe 30330 and help me in this fight.
Well, Joe, if it's a matter of dialing 30330 in order to help you fight the battle against Alzheimer's, I'm in. Okay, what else we got?
And they'd say to you, take my shotgun. I said, I have 3. I now have 5 because my son died and I have 3 of his. I have 5 shotguns.
Oh, so close, Joe. So close. 3 plus 3. So close. You did not form it as a question. It's also not 6.
I know I'm called middle class, Joe. It's not meant as a compliment. Means I'm not sophisticated.
I'm sorry, Sleep Sofa. I hadn't heard that one. Middle class Joe. I've heard creepy Joe. I've heard bumbling Biden. I've heard Sleep Sofa Joe, Sleepy Joe. I've heard about a terrible cup of Joe. It's more like out of gas Joe.
Hammerlin Jameson, live from the studio. Donald Trump joins us for the 7th episode of The Donald Trump Show.
Thank you very much for joining me on episode 7 of The Donald Trump Show. We're going to get right into it today. I've got a lot more on Sleep Sofa Joe. That's right, we're calling him Bumbling Biden as well now. So let's get into it. What do we got? First clip of the show.
You gotta, I mean, we gotta reassure. Look, here, my message to everybody I talk to is we're gonna get through this.
Are you sure, Joe? It looks like you can't even get through a sentence.
We provide a Medicare option. That's exactly what Rap Rock and I talked about in the beginning.
I'm sorry, did he just call Barack Rap Rock? I didn't realize he had a pet name for Barack Obama. Hey, Rap Rock, let's get together and go and talk about that foreign policy. Hey, Rap Rock, you want to get together and play some basketball? Hey, Rap Rock, could you make me a PB&J? Absolutely hilarious.
I made a mistake. I said it 14 years ago. I trusted George Bush to keep his word. He said he was not going to go into Iraq.
This is when it gets really interesting. You ready?
Only way we're going to get rid of Saddam Hussein. And it's going to require guys like you in uniform to be back on foot in the desert taking taking Saddam down.
Wait, I'm sorry, but didn't you just say that you were against the war, Sleep Sofa? I think he's losing his memory again.
From the moment shock and awe started, from that moment, I was opposed to the effort and I was outspoken.
Let's take a look at Outspoken Joe. Yes, maybe his news. Maybe we'll call him Outspoken Joe if it's good. Let's see.
Some of my own party have said that it was a mistake to go to Iraq in the first place. But the cost of not acting against Saddam, I think, would have been much greater. The President of the United States is a bold leader and he is popular.
No, after that clip, that's it. We're going to call him Backtrack Biden. That's right. He backtracks. He said that he didn't support the war, that he's talking about George Bush like they're best friends. I'm not sure what's true with Sleep Sofa Joe.
When I marched in the civil rights movement, I marched with tens of thousands of others to change attitudes. And we changed attitudes.
When I was about the age of the guy standing over there, I got involved in the civil rights movement.
And now, the truth.
I was not an activist. I was not out marching. I was not down in Selma. I was not anywhere else.
Okay, so basically, Sleep Sofa Joe never did any actual protesting, although he's been campaigning on it for his entire career.
The first year in law school, I decided I didn't want to be in law school and ended up in the bottom 2/3 of my class, and then decided I wanted to stay, went back to law school, and in fact ended up in the top half of my class.
Look, I really want you to pay attention to the detail in this video right here.
I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect.
I'm pretty sure that your IQ is a moving number, Sleep Sofa.
I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship.
So let's get to the truth.
Senator Joseph Biden may have more explaining to do.
The new questions stem from taped remarks of Biden during an April campaign appearance in New Hampshire.
And in fact ended up in the top half of my class. I won the International Moot Court competition. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and 165 credits, only need 123 credits, and I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
If I could say one thing.
Look, the facts are Sleep Sofa Joe was a terrible student.
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class.
He didn't?
That he does not have 3 degrees from college.
He doesn't?
And that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
Really?
Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't stop laughing. Back then, I guess they didn't fact check you in real time. That must have been a couple weeks later. So funny.
Now Biden says Newsweek is right. His memory had failed him.
Sleep Sofa Joe makes up things. Bumbling Biden. Did you hear him bumble there? He's a bumbler. Bumbling Biden strikes again.
Live in the studio, it's Hammerlin Jameson. We're back with another episode of The Donald Trump Show.
Thank you very much for joining me for episode 8 of The Donald Trump Show. That's right, we're cooking along here. Today we're here to talk about Joe Sleep Sofa, Bumbling Biden. We've been kind of going through his exploits over the years. What has he done? Has he done anything at all? You know, one of the problems we have today is overpopulated prisons. That's right. And it all started with Joe Biden. I'm going to show you how we are where we are right now. Let's roll the tape.
It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth.
Look, he's talking about inner cities, black communities, minorities, and they all vote for him still. I don't get it. He doesn't want you to advance. He wants you to stay down, so you need the sleep sofa. You don't need a nap on the sleep sofa.
It doesn't matter or not whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society.
I'm starting to see a little of the bumbling Biden taking place. This is all the way back in like the 90s.
It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society.
Wait, bumbling sleep sofa. I thought that being the victim was your platform. Now all of a sudden it doesn't matter if they're the victims of society.
The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe.
Ouch.
Shoot my sister.
Look out.
Beat up my wife.
Let's be honest, Sleep Sofa. That one's you when you open up the bottle of Irish whiskey. Seems a bit odd that all of Joe's family's being attacked in the streets.
They must be taken off the street.
The whole point of the bill was to keep people down, so they feel like they always need help. They don't teach people how to fish, they give them the fish.
Tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision.
When was this filmed? Yesterday?
Without any structure, without any conscience developing.
Definitely filmed in the last couple weeks. And he's talking about Antifa, right?
They literally have not been socialized.
Isn't he talking about Antifa?
They literally have not had an opportunity.
So let me get this straight. Instead of providing opportunities, you just decided to lock everybody up.
We should focus on them now.
Classic. Really? Sleep Sofa Joe is talking about fixing the problems, never fixed the problems. He had 8 years in office, and it's been almost 30 years, and they've done nothing since then.
If we don't, they will, or a portion of them will, become the predators 15 years from now.
Predators? Is Is that like a follow-up to the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie?
And Madam President, we have predators on our streets.
I wonder if that's where Chris Hansen got his start.
Again, it does not mean because we created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them.
It sounds like only Biden's life matters.
And it's a sad commentary on society. We have no choice but to take them out of society.
Can't you see? Every 2 years he panders for a vote, and he's the guy who put them all in jail.
But they are in jail. Away from my mother.
Sleep Sofa, do I detect an Oedipal complex?
Your husband. Our families.
Divide and conquer. It's the Democrat way. Sleep Sofa Joe Biden has been telling people one thing for years and doing the opposite. Just remember, and tune back in tomorrow on the next Donald Trump show. Have a good night.
Thanks for helping us keep the theater clean. As you exit the auditorium, please deposit litter in trash receptacles in the lobby.
So, that is episode 1. And it gets better from there. I think that's episode 9. So 10 is How Sour is That Don Lemon. That's a 10-minute crazy episode where we, a lot of crazy stuff. Trump raps in that one. And that's when we also, I think we get to the Dr. Evil episode as well. So, it's like interesting because they're 30 minutes each, like about 30 minutes for about, that was 9 episodes in 30 minutes, but they get longer as we go and better. And I think what we're going to do is try to figure out what day to release that. I have to edit a few things. And what day should I release that? What would be a good day for us to do? Every X is going to be, for example, every Thursday at 5, something like that. Every Thursday at 5, we release a Trump Files episode. What do you think about that? Thursday at 5. Oh, thank you, S. Coop. But what do you guys think about starting the Trump Files, which is 8-part series, Thursdays at 5? And then we can start building it, hopefully. Oh, thank you, Andrea. I hope we can do that. I hope you guys will. I hope you think Thursday at 5 is a good time. I'm going to edit this one and then get it up in the queue so you guys can start sharing it and clicking the remind me button. And then we will, each Thursday going forward, starting this Thursday, we're going to release a new Trump Files episode. And we're going to get through all 8 of them, and hopefully we're going to build it out and get a lot of people to see. By the time we get to the 8th one, we'll have people here for each Thursday at 5 when we release it. But let's start this Thursday, see if we can spread the word and get it going. And from there, I think we'll be able to actually do something. Oh, goodness. Another long show. Tomorrow, we do it all over again. 1,520 days in a row here with you. You guys are awesome. Thanks for kicking it with me. Let me see if I can get in here. Are we on? Yes, we are. Anna Treos, Andrea O'Neill, Kill It and Grill It, Maudib, Pamela Swan, S. Coop, Virginia, We Have Liberty and Freedom, and of course, Morton Fissel. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. S. Coop, thank you so much for sharing the link. And thank you so much for your donations tonight, guys. You are amazing. Really, really, very much appreciated. And remember, tomorrow we do it again. Thanks for kicking it. If you didn't hear the music, go back to the top. Till tomorrow. It's Mark Pires. And this is Mark Inspires, the longest running show on earth. I will see you tomorrow. Love you guys. You got to go away. You got to go away. See you tomorrow, fam.